Hey everyone, welcome back, and let's write some more neat code today. So today let's solve the problem word subsets. This problem, for how easy it is, it's kind of deceptively difficult almost. So we're given two lists of words. So this is the first one and this is the second one. And we basically want to filter the first list of words on this condition. For this word, if every single string in the second list of words is a subset of this one, then we will include this word in the output. Now, how do we check if it's a subset? For example, how do we know that this is a subset of the character E? Basically, does E show up in this string? It does not, so E is not a subset of Amazon. So based on that alone, we know that this is not going to be included in the output. Now, what if we were checking for the character A? A does show up in this string, so A technically would be a subset of Amazon. What about two A's? Well, there are definitely two A's in this string, so this is a subset of this string. If it was three A's though, three A's do not show up in the string Amazon, so this would then not be a subset of that. So the count of each character from this string is basically what we are checking. And in this problem, I believe we are only dealing with lowercase a through z. So we filtered the first word. We know we're not including Amazon in the output, but then we would check the next word, apple. Does E show up in apple? Yes. Does O show up in apple? Nope. So Apple does not show up in the output. For Facebook, E does show up and O does show up as well. So Facebook is included. Google is also included. Leetcode is also included. So at first, it seems like the brute force solution is the best that we can do. And what exactly would the brute force solution be? Well, for every single word, we could just get the count of every character. So for example, for Amazon, we would say that the character A occurs twice, M occurs a single time, Z occurs a single time, O also occurs a single time, and N, I'm running out of room, so I'll put it up here, shows up a single time. For every word in the second list, we want to do the same thing. We want to convert it. So E, we would say, shows up a single time. That's the whole word. So these words aren't super interesting, but you can imagine that they could have been actual words with multiple characters. And so just imagine if that was the case, we would have, like, let's say an M and like an N. So what we would want to do is check all of these characters and make sure that the count of that character is less than or equal to the corresponding character in the other count. So I could use a hash map for this. I think I could also use an array if I wanted to, but it's easier just to use a hash map in my opinion. So if we do this, basically what we're going to end up doing is going through every character in every word from the first list. So you could call that like O of n times the average length of the word in that list. But then we're also going to be going through every single word in the second list, but we're going to have to go through like the hash map for every single word in the second list. We're going to have to do that for every word in the first list with like the brute force solution. So the time complexity of that is not just going to be M times, let's say L2, where that's like the length of the average word in the second list, but we're going to have to do that n times. So this is going to be the time complexity of the most brute force solution plus this. I think at first it doesn't seem like there is a way to optimize it. It's easier than you think. I think that's why this is like deceptively difficult, because what we want to do is basically just merge all of the hash maps from the second list of words. Like for example, for the first word, it's going to be E mapping to 1. For the second word, it's going to be O mapping to 1. So we want to merge these two hash maps. When I say merge, we want to kind of keep the max, because we know for the first word, we could say that E occurs once, but O occurs exactly 0 times. In the second word, we could say E occurs exactly 0 times, but O shows up once. When we merge these, we take the max. So for E, we see we have a 1 here and a 0 here. So by merging them, we will keep the greater one. So for O, it shows up 0 times or it shows up once, we will keep the greater one. And so now that we've taken all those hash maps, merged them into a single one where we kept the max for every single character, if we can ensure that each of these counts, the corresponding count in the other hash map is greater than or equal to this count, then we know that every single one of these words is a subset of that given word. So this way, we only need to iterate over all the characters of each word exactly a single time. Not literally exactly a single time, but a linear amount of time for each string in the first list. So this is how the algorithm is going to work. We're going to go through every word in the second list. We're going to create a single hash map for this entire list. I'm going to call that, let's say, count2. And then we're going to go word by word in the first list, create a hash map for this word. And then let's just call that a count or whatever. And then we're going to compare all the characters in this one to the counts in the first one. And we can use some kind of flag to make sure that all of them show up in that. And then if they all do, then we will take that word and add it to the output list. If they don't, we will skip that word. So this solution will be big O of n times like the average length of the word in the first list plus m times the length 2 of the length of words in the second list. So now let's code it up. So what I'm going to do is first create a default dictionary of type int for count2. So this is just a hash map where the default value is going to be an integer of 0. So I'm going to go through every word in the second list. So like this, and then I'm going to get the count of that word. So the easiest way to do that actually is in Python. You can use a counter. I cover this, I think, in my Python for Coding Interviews course. And so I'm going to call this count W. And then we want to merge this count in this hash map up above. So I'm going to go through every character count pair in this hash map. I can do that like this in python.items. And then for count2, I'm going to set for this count it to be the maximum of itself. So count2 of this character and the current count for that same character that we are looking at right now in the other hash map. So now that I have that, I can then create my list of result output words, which I'm going to then return here. So now I'm going to go through words in the first list. I'm going to get the count of that word. So count W of that word now. So this line is pretty much the same as we have up above, but now we want to compare. So I'm going to have a flag. I'm going to initially set it to true. That means the count is good, but inside the loop, we're going to do this. So we're going to go through every character count in the count2.items, and we want to do the comparison. So we want to make sure that the count of this character in the word that we're looking at right now is greater than or equal to the count of that character in the other hash map, the merged hash map. We want this to be true, but if this is not true, what we're going to do is break out of the loop. But before we break out of the loop, we're going to set the flag to be false. So if we never execute this line of code, then we can ensure that all of these words were indeed a subset of the current word, in which case out here we can say if the flag is still true, then to the result, append that word. So this is the entire code. Let me just fit it all in one screen. Now let's run this. And you can see it works and it's pretty efficient. If you found this helpful, check out leetcode.io for a lot more. Thanks for watching and I'll see you soon.